I had the neat opportunity of meeting Jesus when I was a small child, and in a nurturing church and family that helped me to grow up and realize that not only could I meet Him and know Him for my own self, but I also had the great opportunity to learn how to teach other people to follow Him.
I also was privileged to have a tremendous spiritual heritage. Grew up in the northern part of the United States, but was able to also come to know the Lord at an early age and be able to understand that the privilege of that, and to also realize that people around the world desperately need Jesus.
Well, first of all, Jesus said, love your neighbor as yourself. And we have neighbors different from us, just like you have neighbors who are different from you. And He goes on to tell the story, who is my neighbor? And it was somebody who was a lot different. And so I realized we've all got neighbors, and I tell stories. I meet people, find out what is their story, where do they hurt, what is their disappointment, what is their challenge. And then I say, let me tell you a story. And from there we can get into the details. And what are the details? The detail is who's on the throne of your life. Who are you following? And then I start walking with them, if they're willing, helping them discover what does it mean and how do they live day by day to start moving towards God. It's not about religion. It's about this great, wonderful, awesome God that we know.
I think for me, I'm always needing help in language. It's a difficult language, and so there are so many words that have multiple meanings or meanings that have multiple words. And so we just covet your prayers that we would be really, really good at language, that we would discipline ourselves to use it. In John, it says very clearly in the Gospel of John, Jesus said, no one can come to me except the Father who sent me draw him. So that's a very specific prayer request, that God would be drawing these people to Himself.
For me, I think I quite honestly would really like to be a better husband and father, making our relationship something that is always positive, something that is not stressful because of me, but instead staying clean between us.
I just want to say a huge thank you to the people who contribute to the Lottie Moon Christmas Offering and the cooperative program. Without those funds, we would not be able to be where we are and do what we do. It provides us a salary, it provides us a vehicle, provides health care for us, and we are so incredibly grateful. We thank God for you, and we pray that He richly bless you because of your giving through those two things, through the Lottie Moon Christmas Offering and the cooperative program.
Through telling stories to our neighbors, we found that a lot of them are listening to God. They're looking for hope. We're finding that they're telling stories to other people who tell stories to other people. And we're seeing God change lives, not taking them to buildings, but in their homes discussing with their families, who is this Jesus? And that is something that is fun to be part of.